Hello, friends, and welcome back to the BT Plays Hatoful Boyfriend. Today we're going to find out what's going down on the murder mystery route. Suddenly it's no longer a butt-touching game. Who would have thought? Look away, Kawada. Looking will only hurt you. Emergency alert! Emergency alert! We have entered a state of emergency. All students please evacuate to the gymnasium. Repeat, we have entered... Cuckoo! What's happening? Why is everything red? Because we used a red overlay. I don't know. Bah, until we know what's going on, there's nothing to do but follow instructions. What are you spacing out for, Kawada? Come on! No. I don't want to leave Hyoko here alone. Get up, she's gone. That thing is no longer Tosaka. It can't be. Come. Look at Sakuya stepping it up. By the time we arrived, the gym was already crowded with students and teachers. No one seemed to know what was going on, though. The gym echoes with whispered speculation. Hey, did you see the box? Yeah, you had that, too? Yep, well, the class rep opened it and I didn't see, but apparently there was a human arm in it. Ours had half a leg. It was really gross. From the snatches of conversation I hear, it sounds like all the print boxes had pieces of a human corpse in them. Were they all pieces of Hyoko, I wonder? No birdie seemed particularly concerned, which isn't all that odd. It was grotesque, but it's not like it was a dead bird. Just some primate. Nanaki, isn't this some idiotic disaster drill? This isn't some idiotic disaster drill, is it? We're not supposed to have one until next month. Do you suppose it has something to do with that distasteful box? That was definitely Tosaka's. Bah! Won't someone explain this ridiculous state of affairs already? Yeah. Someone tell me what's going on. This is a bad dream, right? Somebody wake me up. Someone. Time for a pleasant announcement. Whoa, that is a beard. Is everyone here? This is Ichijo Mino, the headmaster. The headmaster? It seems we have all gathered together without panic or noise. Excellent. Unfortunately, there has been a natural disaster outside. The school has a designated evacuation site, so please remain here a little longer. Natural disaster? Nonsense. The weather is perfectly clear. Oko-san felt no earthquakes. It's not like we're anywhere near a volcano or anything. I demand an explanation, Headmaster. Just what's going on outside? Does this have something to do with Tosaka Hyoko? Why have you brought us here? I repeat, there has been a... No, imbecile! The gymnasium erupts in whispered discussion once more. Well, that changed nothing. I still have no idea what's going on. Are you alright, Kawada? No, yes... I am. This could prove to be a very bad day for us all. Could prove to be. It already is. Mr. Nanaki, Hyoko is missing. She must have run off somewhere. Oko-san will look for her. No, she's... San is an older breed, much closer to pigeons of the human era. Maybe he doesn't understand the concept of death. Trying to explain would only hurt myself. The headmaster has proven entirely unhelpful. What should we do, Nanaki? Well, we can't exactly carry on with class. I agree with San. Let's go get Hyoko. Calm yourself, Kawada. To relinquish your sanity during a state of emergency is suicide. I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. Sir, we can't just leave her there like that. May I go back to the classroom just once? Well, the principal did ask us to remain here, but he didn't say we couldn't leave the gym, now did he? I'm coming with you. As president of the student council, I have a responsibility to get to the bottom of this. Thanks, Sakuya. Don't flatter yourself. I'm not doing this for you. Tosaka was foolish, loud, and had no manners or sense. But she never deserved anything like this. I swear, by the blood and name of... By my blood and name as a labelle, I will find the one who did this. You shall be my assistant. Come, Kawada. Right. Reading is hard, yo. And so I exited the gymnasium in Sakuya's majestic wake. I want to know what happened to Hyoko. Who did that to her, and why? Can the evacuation possibly have nothing to do with her? Why wouldn't the headmaster explain anything? My head was a raging whirlpool of questions and no answers, and I did not yet know what we would find. Spooky sound. What is this? A wall? A huge gray... What had been a clear autumn sky is now blocked off by dull gray. It's dark, almost like the sun has already gone down. A dome, rather. We appear to be shut in from above as well. When did they do this? And how? I don't think any of us was in full command of his faculties as we came this way. We can't be certain that it wasn't already there. It does seem most likely that it was put in place while we were all in the gymnasium, listening to the headmaster, though. He did say there was a natural disaster. Maybe this is some sort of shield? A disaster so destructive that there's nothing to be done but hide under an enormous gray blanket and wait. Maybe they didn't give the headmaster the details to avoid causing a panic? If that were the case, they would be robbing us of our right to know why our very lives are in danger. Is this really a shelter? Is this really a natural disaster? Either way, we don't know if there's a connection between what happened to Hyoko and all this. Let's go to the classroom and tell Mr. Nanaki about this dome thing. Very well. About the dome thing. Looks like the other classes left theirs as they were as well. They're at the teachers' desks. Everybody else is planning on staying in the gym. Japan is a country full of fools who have grown lazy through too much peace. I doubt anyone has dared to take it upon themselves to investigate this matter. We're here. The box is still where I left it. Inside is... I can't. Sakuya, I'm sorry. Could you... No matter. What is this madness? Huh? There's... nothing here. That can't be. We left it right here. It's not like it got up and moved on its own, is it? Someone came and removed it while everyone was in the gym. This is life, not some third-rate mystery novel. Or is it? Ha ha! Exactly, Sakuya. Yuya. Salutations, Ryota. I see you're babysitting Sakuya. Do not throw my name about like some cheap toy mongrel. How cruel. Well, I can't blame you for being tense, given the circumstances. I think you'd act like that regardless of the circumstances, Yuya. I am sorry about her. It pains me to think what happened. His expression clouds. It's strange. I've never seen him with any expression other than carefree cheerfulness before. You've known her for a long time, right? Yes. Do you know something about all this, Yuya? Well, most of this business is still a mystery to me, but I can at least answer the questions we face right now. The whereabouts of the corpse, you mean? Yeah, that. As you said, this isn't some third-rate mystery novel. Corpses don't disappear, and we won't be having a famous detective show up and find the culprit for us. Anyway, the infirmary assistants and I gathered her up in the chemistry lab. The chemistry lab? The chemistry lab! What for? For one, well, we couldn't just leave her scattered throughout the school if only for the mental health of the students. Secondly, for the autopsy. As you know, we have two things going on at once here. The only human in the school was cut up and distributed to the rest of the school, and now there's some natural disaster happening. I imagine you're wondering if there isn't a connection between the two. We are, but we haven't found anything. What do you know? I told you, this is all a mystery to me, too. I suspect that we will have an easier time investigating the murder as long as we're sealed in like this, though. The doctor should be proceeding with the autopsy by now. The doctor? Why him? You don't trust him? Of course not! I don't want to think about what he might do to her. He might even have... You suspect the doctor? Yes! Everybody knows he's a nutcase. He probably killed her for some crazy experiment. He is an expert in the field. Who else could perform the autopsy? But I know where you're coming from, Ryota. He's not exactly the most ethically minded bird around here. That's why I asked Professor Nanaki to come too. He should be there by now, if you want to go make sure. All right. We'll go later. So Hyoko's been gathered in the chemistry lab, and the doctor and Mr. Nanaki are examining her now? Mr. Nanaki might not be the best witness, but he's better than no one, right? We know where the corpse went, then. But why are you here? Me? I'm investigating. Under my own orders, of course. Playing detective mongrel. That and I have to make sure we didn't miss any pieces. Anyway, what are you two going to do now? Personally, I think the murder and the evacuation are almost certainly connected. I'm inclined to agree. The headmaster's refusal to explain our situation makes me doubt his story in its entirety. Indeed. So, Ryota? Yeah? I know how you feel. You want to find the one who did this to Hyoko as soon as possible, right? Yes. Dramatic music. Hyoko. Gone for a moment, and suddenly she was turned into this. Who did that to her? I'll find them and I'm going to find the culprit and I've never felt this emotion before, but now I feel nothing else. When I find that bird, My thoughts exactly. Unfortunately, this school is a mess, and we won't find anything by chasing after her shadow. I think we should try to solve both mysteries at once whenever possible. Of course, the wall could just be there because of some natural disaster. That's about all I have to say. We don't need your advice from the start. You're nothing but talk anyway, mongrel. Thanks, Yuya. We'll do our best to help. Oh, one other thing. You might want to talk to One in the maintenance office. Tell him I sent you. You mean the antisocial cockatiel dandy everybody hates? Yep, him. Don't worry, he's a good guy. He'll be able to help you, and might find something useful in there. Well, that's it for the talky mongrel. Adieu. He saunters off toward the staircase. What a dreadfully obnoxious man. I thought he'd never shut up. He gave us some good advice, right? We should be grateful. Anyway, I don't think we'll find anything else here. Indeed. Where should we head next? I doubt we would go amiss by visiting the lab, the maintenance office, or by investigating the wall outside. Right. Let's go to the office first. Maybe this one guy will be able to help us. The maintenance office. In other words, the repairman's shop. I doubt we'll find anything useful there. Yuya said to go, right? I doubt the integrity of his advice. Geez, is there anything to say about your own brother? Is that anything to say about your own brother? You should be nicer to your family. My family? Do you mock me? That filthy blooded mongrel is no relation to me. Whoa, calm down. I guess his elitism is still running business as usual. We don't have time to waste, we should hurry. The maintenance room is in the corner of the main building, on the ground floor, right? How do birds knock? Maybe with their beaks. Also, what the shit is up with this crazy picture on the wall on the right? I don't know what's happening, but I kind of love it. Anyway, excuse us. What is this? This doesn't look very educational. The handyman pretty much lives in here, I think. A dove, and one more. Mr. One, hello! What are you doing here? Didn't you hear the alarm? I'm Ryota, and this is Sakuya. We got permission from our teacher to investigate the building. Did you hear the alarm? No panic, no noise, and no leaving. That's what I do here. Whoa, somehow he seems really cool. You mean you're too lazy to go to the gymnasium? Don't worry about me. You two go ahead and find your class there. No, we're not. Do you mean to interfere with us, wretched fool? Yuya said we should ask you for help. Sakazaki Yuya? Yes, him. We decided to honor his request by coming all the way over here. Do you intend to stop us now? Sakuya, where the heck are your manners? Sorry, he's transferred from overseas and his Japanese isn't too great. Actually, he's just a raging asshole, but that's cool. He certainly has more bark than I imagine he has bite. Very well, come in. Check out my sweet wall art. What did you say you gentlemen were investigating? 2 things. The murder of Tosaka Hyoko, and the mysterious wall outside. You've been in here the whole time, right? Do you know what he's talking about? Yes, I got an idea of it from Mr. Sakazaki. In other words, you know only what you've heard from that mongrel. Useless. I know plenty about the school itself, though. My job is to take care of the entire campus. Maybe you know that big gray wall outside is, then? Know what that is? Nope. Useless wretch. Sakuya, calm down. Though I'm not sure there's anything we can learn here right now. Oh, wait. Mr. One, could we use your computer? Maybe we could find out what's going on outside. Sadly not. Everything's been cut off since this morning. Even the telephone wires, eh? This is too thorough. Can't think of any reason why they'd need to cut communication systems off if it was some sort of storm protection. This has been a wild goose chase, then. A complete waste of time. Let's go, Kawada. Wait. I have a bright and massive piece of advice for you. Bright and massive? What? What's up with the weird capitalizations? If you get stuck, try the headmaster's office. I've been almost everywhere in this school, but never there. You might be able to find something out about the wall if you check in there. Of course! The headmaster did not speak to us in person in the gym. If he was broadcasting from his office, then he might still be there. Asking him certainly seems like the best way to get some solid information. We should try that. If you need a break later on, feel free to come back here and rest. Anyone Mr. Sakazaki sent is trustworthy. I'll get you some notes. If you find anything, you can come write it down. You never know what could happen in a situation like this, and you don't want to forget anything. Thank you, Mr. One. We can come back later. For now, we should check the lab or the wall. After those 2, we can try the headmaster's office. Go to the lab to find Hiyoko's body. Sweet Nakra. Excuse us. It's always been one of the gloomier parts of the school, but today the lab is downright depressing. Hello, Kawada. Sir, thank you for being with Hyoko now. Of course. Sakazaki came and asked me to come right after you 2 left the gym. He must have gone past us. How unfortunate. The doctor is lining the pieces of Hyoko up on one of the lab benches. Must you glower at me so, Mr. Kawada? I'm not glowering at you. Do you disapprove of my handling her? He gives me an evil smile. No, that's not it. I just wish we had a doctor who wasn't this malicious. Are you finding everything? Are you finding anything, Dr. Iwamine? No, not yet. I only just finished assembling her. It will take some time. I will send word to you when I've finished. Perhaps you have something else to do while you wait. Very well, we shall not interfere. Come, Kawada. Right. Sugar plum dance, sugar plum dance. Oh, Mr. Kawada, a moment, please. Yes? Allow me to give you a hint. A hint? You suspect me of foul play, do you not? In light of that, I shall leave it up to you whether you decide to believe me or not. Anyway, I think you've missed something very important. One might say that you've forgotten something. Perhaps you should bear that in mind, You're just a little bit off, but I'm sure you'll find the answer yourself if you keep looking. Oh, isn't it beautiful, Mr. Kawada? The sound of your life crumbling apart around you. I take it does not quite suit your tastes. Very well. He was rather fond of the unusual himself. A pity. He? Well then, you can handle the outside investigation and I, the internal. Good luck, Mr. Kawada. Right. Thanks, Doctor. Creepy motherfucker. He's definitely enjoying himself, that psycho. What did he mean when he said I was missing something? Or maybe he was just trying to lead me astray? Better not worry about it for the time being. What were you talking with Kawada about, Doctor? Nothing important. I was just giving a bit of emotional support and encouragement. I see. That's good, then. I'm sure you'll remember not to cause any trouble for my students, Doctor. Signor! We step outside once more. The grey dome remains, blocking out the morning sky. Let's get a closer look at it. We can't see much from over here. Indeed. Iron, maybe. It's quite firm at any rate. And I clicked outside the window like a professional. Maybe it's some sort of shelter. My phone's out of range. Maybe this wall is blocking the signal? That seems likely. Aggressive birds. It sounds thick and dense. Trying to break a hole in it will not be practical. Maybe there's an emergency exit or something? We should check. We still don't know whether or not we're completely sealed in after all. Right, let's walk around the perimeter. Doesn't look like there are any doors or anything. Indeed, it appears to be identical all the way around. Do you suppose it's ventilated? I can't say I fancy the prospect of suffocating under this thing without even knowing why it's here. I'd think an emergency shelter would have some sort of airflow built in, yeah. If not, then we're in deep trouble. What are you looking at? Up there. Is that some sort of hatchway? He points upwards. Ah. He's right. About 20 meters up, there's a joint or something of a different color. That does look like it might lead outside. Let's go look. I don't see any sort of latch. Can we open it by hand? Yeah. Maybe there's a switch or something somewhere. It does not seem like we can do anything here now. Let us remember its location and return later. I don't like to think about it, but if there really is such a terrible disaster out there that this is the only option, maybe it would be better to leave it shut anyway. Indeed. Let us move on. Eventually we'll get to the end of this chapter. We still don't know what's going on outside. I've got enough on my mind to just thinking about Hyoko, but I'm worried about my family outside, too. I hope my mother's okay. I suppose we finished the first stage of the investigation now. Yeah. We've got a better idea of the situation, I guess. The doctor's working in the lab. The grey dome covers the entire school, but for one small hatch. And we can still use the maintenance office as a base. Mr. One did say. Indeed. He suggested we visit the headmaster's office. Yeah, it's on the first floor. Let's go. Headmaster, sir? Are you within? We demand entry. Rude even to the headmaster. I wonder if the doctor is the only person in the entire school he actually respects. No reply. Let's go in. Wait, Sakyo, that's... It's locked? Ah, where is that old geezer? Maybe he's pretending to be out, so we'll go away? Indeed. He never was the type to walk about campus. Or perhaps he's even locked the door from the inside and plans to stay inside until the siege lets up. Should we wait around? We have no time for such frivolities. We shall enter this room if it means reducing the door to a miserable pile of splinters. It's the headmaster's door. I don't think it will be that easy to break down. You speak the truth. Let us ask Nanaki if there isn't a key to open it from the outside. Yeah, we can head back to the... What is it, Kawada? I think... I thought I heard something. I hear nothing. Perhaps you are imagining things. Like something being dragged across the floor. Listen, there it is again. It's behind... Oh my god! It's a thing! There's a thing! That's like a weird robot scarecrow thing. Oh, that's pretty. Suddenly behind us stood a gigantic scarecrow-like creature with a rough burlap sack over its head. All right. We're going to stop here. Next time on the second class, we'll figure out what's up with the scarecrow. See you next time on the BT PhD Plays Hatoful Boyfriend. Later, friends.